Good evening. Uh, this was a great week. I really enjoyed the readings and the learnings from this week. I have a lot to say, so I'm just going to dive right into it. I met, as far as the conversation I had with someone from a different culture, I actually met three young men in Palo Alto. Two Caucasian brothers and one Asian brother, and they were all friends. So I began to speak to them. I just met them at the restaurant. Began to speak to them about friendships, and they mentioned that the majority of their friendships were forged through what they call third spaces. And so for them, it was primarily sports, either football teams or soccer teams. One of them played water polo. And so that's how they really forged their relationships. And they said that how they really cultivate those relationships and build them out is through frequency and proximity, seeing each other often and being in close proximity to each other. I would like to add, based on what I learned about them, also intentionality. They all went to middle school and high school together, and then they were eating lunch together, and they had all returned from college to do so, and they were also planning a trip to Barcelona. So intentionality. I would also say that one of the guys, he mentioned, because he said he was very outgoing, it was easy for him to meet people, said, what makes you so outgoing? Is it a cultural thing? Is, social, why are you so outgoing? He said, well, my grandmother always taught me this, and it's in German, so I'm not going to say this correctly. He said, Niam Tier Kind uns, which means nobody here knows us. And so he's like, just live free. Go talk to people. You know, what's the worst that could happen? No one here knows us. Next question is, what implications do you see on how you would share God's invitation with them? I would just build relationships with them. And that's what it seems like they're used to and accustomed to. I love this saying, I can show you better than I can tell you. And so a lot of times with my faith, I like to show God's love, show God's kindness before I begin to speak about who God is in my life. If I had to choose something from the readings, what was important to me, relevant, it has to be the hierarchical understanding of the relationship between the body and the soul. I just think that was fascinating. One thing that really stuck out to me is this quote concerning Adam and Eve and the hierarchical kind of view we have on being a helpmate. It says, the man is now good, Adam, because he has a helper fit for him. And as this helper is fit like a mirror's image, she too is good, for she too has a helper fit for her. And here it is. To be fully human is to be for others. And therefore, God's human creature is not complete until there is another to be for. That is amazing. I love that. What question from this week's topics do you want to discuss with your formation group? I would say I want to continue along the lines of the hierarchical understanding of the relationship between body and soul, particularly around the social implications of it. Many of them were stated in our readings, and I really just want to dig deeper into those social implications and see where else do they show up that were not even mentioned in the book. Thank you all. Have a blessed night.